Hi, this is Barb from Scrappy Mania, and today I'm going to show you how you can create the Anna Griffin flip card just using your regular dies. If you saw my video haul, you'll seen that I bought the Today's Special from Anna Griffin, and it's the Fantastic Flips. And what I like about this kit is that it came not only with a lot of the cards, as you can see here, it's already pre-cut. Some of the cards, she already did the flip for you. You just fold it and fold this and fold this out, and look how beautiful that card is, and just add a little bit of embellishment, and it's a very, very lovely card. And also, so you get all that, you get enough for 60 cards. You also get the dies that will do that same flip. So here's the dies, and you get two different sets of dies with its insides, with the different the other die cuts that will work to cut the embellishments for your windows and stuff. So I really, really like that. And so, but I wanted to see if I can use my Spellbinder dies to create the same or similar flip card. So let me put this aside. Now for your project, you're going to need a Spellbinder die, and you cannot use the real huge one. You want to use, I'm going to use, let's see which one was the one that I used. I'm going to use this one. The closer, the one that is closest, let's see, it's like the third one down. So this is the die that I'm going to use. You're also going to need some paper, and I got my paper here, and this is cut 9 1/4 by 5 3/4. So 9 1/4 by 5 3/4. And what we're going to create is this card. As you can see, it flips open and closes. Now I'm going to try something new because I was researching about your cardstock cracking. As you can see here, I use die cut with a view, and it just cracks miserably, very, very bad. And one of the videos that I was watching, it said to wherever you score it, you're going to fold on the opposite side. So I'm going to try that. And I'm also trying another cardstock, and this time I'm using this one, Luster Cinnamon Ripple, and is by Cloud9 Design. So let's see how well this works for what I'm trying to do. Okay, I already cut out some embellishments, so I have these little stickers that I bought at the dollar store. I'm going to go ahead and use those. I do have this little doll. This is a Prima doll. It's from Julie Nutting. So I went ahead and cut that out, stamped her, watercolored her, and I use my watercolors. These are the Artist Loft watercolor pencils, and then I used the watercolor pencils for hair and skin tone for her hair, and of course for her skin tones. So I'm using that. And I also use a sentiment stamp. So I used a die that's a little smaller, that's going to go in the center, and I use a Technique Tuesday stamp. So that's going to use for my sentiment. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to show you the die. So the die itself, I used it to cut out this card, and look, it's perfect. Works very nicely. I really love those dies. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh, actually, before we get started, I forgot to tell you, you're also going to need a scoreboard. You're going to need a T-ruler and a regular ruler, or you can use the regular ruler, but I like using a combination of both. You're going to need a pencil and an eraser. So let me go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do is I want to measure from the top. So let's see. I want my die to fit right here. Okay. So I want to go ahead and come down from the top, and let's see. I think I had it coming down 1 inch 1/8. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 1 1/8. Okay, and then I'm going to use my T-ruler to make sure I make a nice straight line and it's not crooked. It's very important that this line is not crooked. And let me show you, that's the line. You see it there? So I went down 1 1/8 because that will put my die right there. Okay, and then I'm going to go in 1 1/8 from the side. And then I'm going to mark 3 1/4. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark 6 1/8 and 7 inches. So what I'm creating right now, so let me bring this apart so you'll see the score line. So this score line represents this area right here. So that's 1 1/8. This line is not a score line yet, but this line will be 3 1/4. So that makes this flip. Then this one is 6 1/8. It's going to make this flip. And then 7 inches. So we're doing this little area right here. So this is 6 1/8. This is 7 inches. You're going to mark at that. 3 1/4 and 1 1/8. Okay, so hopefully you got that. Then I'm just going to draw my lines on each of the marks that I've created. At 1 1/8, I'm going to ignore the 3 1/4. We don't need to make a score line on there or a pencil line. Then I'm going to go at 6 1/8, move over to the 7 inches. Okay, so essentially what I created is this line, because we're going to position our die. The middle part of that die is going to go right here so we can cut it out. I do not need to make a line all the way down because this is just going to be where I'm going to score the paper. And then this 6 1/8, that's right there. So I'm going to position my die right there. And then 7 inches right here. Now it works perfect. So let me move some of this out of the way. Is to use, now I was trying to use the Cuttlebug, but it doesn't work as well as my Sizzix. So I'm going to use my Sizzix, and I'm going to use the magnetic platform. Okay. With the cutting pad down, or actually let's do it, yeah, we have to put the cutting pad down. The first thing I want to do is, I want to go ahead and position my die. So I did put 2 marks on my die in the center of the die, as you can see there. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of tape and just tape that in place. Even though I have a magnetic plate, I don't want to chance it. I want to make sure it stays in place. And then and actually the best way to do this is, let's see, you're going to position in this die and see where I put the edge of that line. I hope you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in. Hold on, be patient. See if I can zoom in. So right here, if you see that mark right there, hopefully you can see that mark. This is where I'm going to put the plate. So this plate is going to stay right on that mark because I want to cut this area out. I do not want to cut this area out. Okay, I'm going to feed it in And let me go, I may need to zoom you out. So let's go ahead, move you over. And I'm going to make sure my edge of my plate is on the edge of that and it takes a little bit. Okay, so I'm getting there. Actually, let me move out a little. There. Okay. It's a little tricky, so you're just going to push it in and then cut. Okay. And you cut that out. Now, before you remove the die, if you like to create, now I got two samples. I got this one that I made the little hole, and it's not going to be perfect. It never is, and all my stickies are falling out. That's what you get when you buy dollar stickers, dollar store stickers. You probably have to put an extra glue. But it's not perfect, completely perfect. So you can either use a smaller die to cut the window out, or I have a sample of another one. You can just leave it as is, and don't cut it out, and then just put the saying on there. I want to cut it out. So I'm going to take this next die. Going to position it right in the center. I'm going to put sticky tape on. We got to make sure we remove this. Okay. So let me go ahead and put some sticky tape. Before I remove that one die, I'm going to put some tape on here. And then I'm going to remove this tape carefully so that way I don't mess up the paper. Okay. Now I'm going to position my plates in place and then just go through it. Okay, so let me go ahead and take this off. So there. And I'm not going to cut it yet, so hold on. Now I'm going to flip it over. Now let me see if you can see this. Okay, so I'm going to take this die, and now I want to create this element here. So my middle of my die, I wanted right on the 7 inches. Remember, this was a 7-inch mark. So I want the middle of my die to fall on the 7 inches. So let me bring it to you so you can see. So right here, this is a 7-inch marking. I want the center of my die to be right on the 7 inches. And then I want the edge of my die to be on the 6 1/4 or 6 1/8 inches. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to go ahead and position the edge of your plate is going to go right on the edge of that marking. Again, and sometimes it's easier if we go this way. I find it's a lot easier if I go the opposite side. And let me see if you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to go on the opposite. Right there is on the edge. And I'm going to bring this in. Okay. Cut that through. Now I'm going to turn my die. And I'm going to position my plate right on the edge of that 6, that's a 7-inch line. Gonna feed it in. And that's it. Okay, so let me put my plates aside. Let me put this aside. Remove this one. And we are going to go ahead and cut. So I'm going to cut from this line down and see how it comes off. I'm going to cut from this line down. Save this because you can probably use this for the other side. I don't know. We don't know. So just save it just in case. Okay, so now that I have it all cut, I'm going to go ahead and score it. And I'm going to use, now I'm trying to see if I don't crack this paper, but you want to score your markings. You're going to score, let's see, oh. Remember that line right here? That was the 3 1/4. So you're going to put where you marked right there. So hopefully you can see that. Let me go ahead and zoom you down. Right where I put that mark, that's why I made the mark for the 3 1/4. That way I can match that to this line and then just go down gently. And one thing I was reading is that you want to gently do it a couple of times. Okay. Then at the 6 1/8 line, I already have it marked. I'm going to go ahead and score up to where I cut. You don't want to go all the way down because you cut this, and if I go ahead and score all the way down, I'm going to score my paper here, and I don't want that. I want to keep it nice and stiff. So I score up to here, and then I'm going to score from this cut line all the way down, and I'm going to do the same thing at the 7-inch mark. Okay. Make sure it's aligned. Okay. And that's why you don't want to erase your pencil line, because it's not, once you start cutting it out, it don't fall neatly in the groove sometimes. So the 6-inch might be a little over here or whatnot. But if you leave your markings, then you can really align it with the grooves here, and you'll get a perfect score each and every time. And then I'm going to see here's my cut line. Okay. Now what we can do, I'm going to take this out. Now let's go ahead and erase our pencil line. Now we're good. Take a good eraser and just erase all those pencil lines. The other trick that I would like to let you know is that it's best to use double-sided paper, because that way you have a nice printed side on each side, so you don't have to put two pieces of paper together. That's what I did with this. I actually have, this is the white core, or it's actually a one-sided paper. So this is a one-sided paper, so I went ahead and doubled it up. And that may have caused a cracking. I'm not sure if it did or not. But let's see if this method works. And then since I want to, and see, they keep falling out. It's the dollar stickers. Sometimes are not the best. So one thing that you want to do is, because I want this to be the inside, I went ahead and scored it on the reverse side. And my mat was a little dirty, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and score this. So far, so good. No cracking. I like that. Let's go ahead and score this one in. And let us score this one out. There is a little cracking here, not sure why. And see, This time it is almost perfect. Look at that. Perfect, perfect. You can take this little piece and put it here if you like, or you can leave it like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and decorate my card. I'm going to place this here. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue. Put that there. Let me see. Make sure it fits perfect. Yep. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead. You can position her here. I think I like her there. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Okay. Then I'm going to take some of these stickers. Let's see which one I want to use. I would like to use this one. Oops. And you probably need to, let me put a little bit of glue on the back because it's this sticker, it's a dollar store sticker. Not the best. Not the best at all. So let's go ahead and put that there. Put a little adhesive in this back here. And let's see, do I want to put another sticker? Maybe I'll put one sticker. I'm just going to put a sticker there. I'm not the greatest on card making, but I hope you can take these principles and make a better card than what I've made. But here's my card. It's a nice little flip card. Then you can put a nice little saying, so I can take this one and just place it in the middle. And you can write in there if you like. So I hope I gave you an idea. I haven't seen this type of flip card other than buying the Anna Griffin kit. I have not seen a DIY on how to create these double flip cards so far. So I hope I was able to help you if you didn't have a chance to buy those die because they sold out. This could be a way that you can get the same effect with your dies that you already have. So I hope you like it and thank you for watching. Bye now.